everyone, Haley here from The Foiled Plan. If you couldn't tell by the title of this video, we are unboxing the Silhouette Cameo 4 Pro. So this is the big machine from Silhouette. Now, I've always been a Cricut enthusiast. I've never owned a Silhouette machine before. So the fact that this big beast is my first one, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit intimidating. But I think back to my very first ever Cricut machine unboxing and how nervous for that experience I was, and now it's like second nature to me. I'm hoping this will be a very similar experience. The reason that I wanted to get this machine out of all of the other Silhouette machines was because I wanted to be able to offer Silhouette content for some of my followers that are Silhouette users, along with my Cricut users. So I wanted to kind of broaden my horizons and be able to offer you guys more content. So that was the number one reason. And then when I was thinking about which machine to get, I wanted to get something that had the capabilities of doing something different than the Cricut machines I already have. It needed to build on what I can already do. So that's why I went with the large size Silhouette. Just looking at the box, this thing is massive. One thing that I was like not thrilled about was the condition that this came in. I feel like for the price of it, they would have done some packaging, like a different box maybe around it, just to make sure that it was okay during the shipping process, because there was no seal. Like, I was easily able to open these tabs. I don't know, I didn't like that so much. And then there's a lot of like scuffs and marks on the box. Normally when I buy something new, I really like it when it's like pretty and shiny. I'll show you the back. This big long one all the way across. I was trying to do a little bit of research online just to see exactly what this machine can do. And if you're using a mat, which it comes with a mat, you can do a cut of up to 24 by 24 inches. And it's exactly 24, whereas when you have like the 12-inch cutting mats for Cricut, you can only actually cut up to 11 and a half inches. But yeah, this is like you can cut the full amount of 24 inches, so 2 feet, which is awesome. That's with the mat. And then it also has the option where if you're not using a mat, you can cut 24 inches by up to 60 feet, depending on the material type that you're using. So that is a total game changer. Also, I've mentioned it before, when I unbox things, I always keep the box as pristine as possible. And that is super important with these, because if you have to make a warranty claim or anything, you need to have the box. So keep the box. And it doesn't come with a little quick start setup guide or like a pamphlet or anything. It's all digital. So they give you this little sheet of paper here that gives the instructions on how to download the software that you need to use it. So right on top you get the feeder tray thingamabob. So this is what you can set your rolls on if you're not using a mat, or if you're doing something that's longer. This is like the support bar. So everything's taped in here pretty well. Styrofoam on either side of the machine. There is your power cable to plug it in. And now I can see right away the Silhouette mat. This thing is massive. Look at the size of that thing. You know what I'm thinking to myself? Where the heck am I gonna store this thing? It's massive. There's a lot of machines that are like die cutting machines or desktop plotters where they have a attachment or have a base that you can buy for it, or it just comes with it because they're that big. This does not. However, I did find something that I think is gonna work perfectly on Amazon. It's actually sitting in my garage right now in the box, so I have to build it. You'll see that in the next video, because I wanted to unbox this first. Then I'll unbox the thing that I got that I think is gonna work really well. And we'll see if it does. Oh my sweet baby Jesus. Ooh, just got some static shocks. Okay, oh my gosh. Back in the box you go, my friend. If you're one of those people that lets something sit in the box in a closet somewhere for a while because you're nervous or intimidated to take it out of the box, with this in particular, I definitely encourage you to get it out of the box as soon as possible so that you can test everything out to make sure it works. Because if you need to make a warranty claim after you've registered your machine, then you can get the ball rolling on that. Especially with like COVID right now too, like shipping on so many things, supply, stock, like there's issues with so much stuff. So the faster you find out there's an issue, the faster it can be resolved. And then you can be crafting your little heart out. We're taking off the foam. Oh my goodness, I'm like winded from that. I need to start working out. I should have probably mentioned too, you're getting a sneak peek of my unfinished kitchen. Our range hood still needs to go up there. The tile needs to be grouted and there's a couple of other things, but surprise, sneak peek. This thing is huge. I gotta get a tape measure to see exactly how long it is. Just shy of 34.5 inches. So it's almost 3 feet long. That's nuts. And then if we're going by the part that sticks out the furthest to the back, it's like just shy of 7.5 inches. Holy cannolis, folks. The satisfying part, let's take off the tape. You need like some ASMR. The mic's not close enough to pick that up, I don't think. It's nice because on one end of the pieces of tape, they actually fold it under itself. So you'll see one edge looks a little bit darker than the other, so it's easy to pull up. This just tilts up and then you manually slide it back. So there's no button to open it up or anything like there is on Cricut. You might hear me like comparing Cricut and this just because I'm so used to Cricut, that's all I really know. I did see somebody have an issue where like this part, because it's so big, it like bowed in the middle, but I don't see any bowing in this. For the tools, it only comes with one adapter. I'll be honest, these feel kind of cheap, these adapters. I mean, maybe they don't need to be like super robust. I don't know why, but it almost reminds me of like thin plastic Barbie accessories. That just doesn't look like it would do a whole lot of anything. There's lots of people on Etsy though that have 3D printers that make attachments for things, so that might be an option as well. And then this, I guess, is for I believe it's for adjusting your blade depending on what you're using. Interesting. Man, this is so different than Cricut. So along here, there's like it's like a little lip. There's a lip here. So you can, you have to lift up the whole machine. So yeah. So you can set it there, and then once it's in, you can slide it. Only to there though, because there's another piece. And you can tell which side goes here because again, they have these little lips. So it has to hook onto the lips. So this one is gonna slide right. Again, just lift the machine up a little bit. And then I would say lift it from like the side rather than grabbing here. And then this one will move as well. And this is like the support. I am confused is what I think. Okay, so that hooks in there. Oh, there's another little lip there. Okay, so I'm just gonna lift this one up. All right, and then there's like a hooky thing right there. So you just slide it down and then it rests in the tray. And then there's another hooky thing on the side. I really hope I've put this together correctly. So this blade has a little 1 on it right here. So you know to put it in the opening for number 1. So you have to pull the little 1 out so that it opens up the circle. And then once it's all the way in, you can lock that 1 back in place. And then one of these sides, I think, holds tools. Oh, okay. So in order for them both to fit, you put this little tool in with the leg sort of things sticking up. And then you can set this on top. Otherwise, like if you do it any other way, this won't close properly. And then it clicks so that you know that it is closed. And then this is so that we can hook up right into a computer. We have our power adapter. And I have power in my island, so I'm just gonna hook right in. And then I noticed the power source for this is different than Cricut's because it's on the side rather than the back. And I'm wondering if all Silhouettes are like that. Again, this is my first time using one, so maybe they are that way. I'm thinking that if this is the first one that's like that, it might be because it's such a big unit that you would definitely, like if you had a desk or a table that was up against the wall, you would definitely have to turn it towards the side, so the power would be beneficial to have at the side to plug it into the wall. This is kind of hard to plug in. Oh my goodness. I feel like it shouldn't be that tough to push in, but it is. Okay, the power button is also on the side as well. We're plugged in, let's turn it on. Ta-da! It's on. Interesting. So again, to compare it to the startup with Cricut, normally this would travel all the way to one side and back. This doesn't do that. You just hear the little noise that it's coming on and then it's on. I'm gonna grab some vinyl really quick. And first of all, I need to download the Silhouette program onto my computer because that's what I need to operate this thing. And then we'll try our first cut and see how it goes. Fingers crossed.
It did in fact not go well. So normally when you see editing Haley in full potato form cut into the middle of a video, you can usually guess that things didn't go well. That's exactly what happened with this. And just to put it in perspective, how bad it went, I have been procrastinating editing it for so long. I actually filmed the video that you're currently watching in July of 2021. It is now January. I have Christmas decorations up that currently need to come down. My kitchen is messy, but my kitchen is finished. That's how much time has passed because I did not want to edit this. But I thought, you know what? I need to share the good, the bad, and the ugly, which this was very much that. I did want to say a few things before I go any further in the video because I had such a horrible time using it the first time, but now that I have used it for months, I actually really love it. So I'm really happy that I got it. There was a few like user error things that I was making in this video, which is embarrassing, but it's reality, so that's why I'm sharing it. One being that you'll see in any of the shots that there is still something taped inside of the machine just to the one side of where like the blade housing and everything goes. I missed taking a whole chunk of something out of there when I was unboxing it, and that was keeping the blade from going all the way over. So that was an issue on my part. So make sure you get all of the packaging things out of it when you unbox your own. And then the other thing was there's like a rail that goes across the whole machine that keeps your vinyl or your mat or whatever you're using, keeps it down, kind of holds it in place. I don't have anything like that on Cricut, so I was not anticipating having to do anything with that. Had I done more research, I would have known that you actually have to press this little lever thing to push that thing down to hold your project in place for the cutting. That's all I needed to do. Had I done that, it would have solved all my issues because every project I've made since, I've had no issues and I just use the regular settings that it calls for depending on whatever I'm working on. I love this machine now, but you're gonna see a very, very frustrated, terrible first attempt using it. If your first attempt with it is frustrating, just keep at it because like I said, I've had this for months now and I do really love it. Anyways, okay, the sweet potato is going back to editing, so enjoy the rest of this dumpster fire of a video.
I know that you don't need to, but I just wanted to test out using this giant mat. So I have my vinyl. This is Oracle 651 in the color Lilac. I think now that I have this design, I'm gonna press Send. I don't know if that's right. Okay, this looks promising. Ready to load. Ooh, that went in on a huge angle. Okay, that wasn't so bad. So it's loaded. Okay. Oh, that is a terrible sound. What?
Is it supposed to sound like that?
I don't know. It sounds like so old and rickety.
This thing's huge.
Yeah, it's
It's
massive.
cool. So what is that? 2 feet?
Yeah, I can do 2 feet.
2 feet by whatever length? That's noisy. How's the software compared to Cricut?
There's a lot to learn.
Like it's more advanced, is it? Or
Very much so, yeah.
are you filming right now?
Yes.
And then do you weed it the same as you do a Cricut?
Oh, what the heck?
Huh.
It didn't cut any of this. It only did that.
It was supposed to do the same thing again?
Yeah, twice. It got to there and then like stopped really working.
Is it because it's not level or something maybe? Or
I don't have a clue.
is this your first run?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, so it didn't cut all the way through. Okay, so I'm gonna try and talk quickly because my battery is about to die. But it was a frustrating process to cut this vinyl. First attempt, it didn't cut through all of the vinyl. Like half the design was cut and then just the other half was like non-existent on the vinyl cut. So I tried the same thing again, but I adjusted the blade to be at 5 instead of 1 because I had also watched a video suggesting that as well. It ended up going right through. So I just went back and attempted to cut with the machine set as the Cameo Pro setting and it worked fine, no issues. So I thought everything was okay. Turns out definitely not because I went to weed the 3rd try and the vinyl was not fully cut. Everything just peeled off together. I went back and tried attempt number 4. This time it was successful. So the change that I made for the 4th try was adjusting that dial to the number 2. Now I'm actually gonna weed this and then do the application. All right, so final thoughts / impressions. I have a lot to learn. It's funny, I feel like I'm kind of starting back at square one, even with the knowledge base that I already have with regards to vinyl cutting machines. I'm definitely up for the challenge though. I think it's important to always stay up to date and keep trying to learn new things just to, I don't know, keep your mind sharp. So I think this will be a fun task. I will say though, it was a little bit frustrating to actually get up and get going with it. I mean, we'll see, because I'm going to be making a lot of projects with this in the next little while. We'll see kind of how it fares. And this was just my very first time using it, so sometimes after you've used something for a while, your opinion might change on it. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for coming along on this journey. It just goes to show, like, even those that are somewhat well versed in the crafting game, not everything goes to plan the very first time for us either. Don't ever get discouraged or think that you're the only one if something's not going right, because I guarantee you there is probably a smaller percentage of people out there where when they tried to do the same thing, it actually worked the first time. So yeah, just don't get discouraged. As always, I will leave links to my social media down in the comments section, or sorry, not in the comments section, down in the description box. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments section. If you have any pro tips, then I am all ears. Thank you. Okay, I think that's it. All right, I hope you guys have a super awesome day. That's all I'm gonna say. Bye.